Over 200 Lego sets might be 20, 30, and even 40% off at lego.com this Black Friday. There have been some posts to the Lego Deals Reddit outlining what we might expect. I'm going to go through the sets that could be 20, 30, and even 40% off. I'm going to go through the gifts with purchase and the promo codes and everything else that we are hearing for this weekend. Please note that I'm not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes, and please note that all the information is subject to change until the clock strikes midnight before Black Friday. At the end, I'm going to tell you the 3 sets that I'm really going to go after, and I'm hoping to get bunches of them. Here we are at the lego.com homepage, and of course I'm starting here for this video. All the other major retailers came to the table with great deals last week and the couple of weeks leading up to Black Friday, but now Lego themselves are ready to come to the table with some huge deals. The main banner on the homepage, they're advertising that the Avengers Tower is coming out on Black Friday, and then just the normal main links. And then here are the sets where you can still get triple insider points. This started the 17th and it's continuing all the way through the 27th. The Batcave Shadow Box, the Pac-Man Arcade, the Tranquil Garden, the Land Rover, the 1961 Corvette, the John Deere Skidder, the Monkey Kid, Dragon of the East Palace, some Dream sets, Mr. Oz's Space Bus, Fantastical Treehouse, and the Stable of Dream Creatures, and then 1 Duplo set. Still on the homepage, scrolling down, there are 4 sets where you can get 4 times insider points for the same date range. The BMW Technic set, the Freight Train, and then the Hogwarts Chamber of Secrets. All 3 of these are on back order, so the 4x points has certainly helped them sell because they were not selling that great up until this major promo. And then further down the page are the Insiders members discounts where you have to redeem and get a code, and it's 1 per person for each set, and then it's only 1 code per order. And it's basically the same from a week ago minus the Blacksmith, which is on back order, and for some reason Lego just didn't bring back that 20% promo, but we still can get 35 off the Ford Mustang, 40 off Captain America's shield, 30 off the Little Mermaid clamshell, 70 off the Ninjago City Gardens. That's great, but it's not retiring at the end of this year. 20 off the Apollo 11 Lunar Lander, 100 off the Eiffel Tower, 60 off of the Modular Building Assembly Square. It is retiring at the end of this year, but it has had a 7-year shelf life. And then 60 off of the very weird and ugly, and maybe will have a cult following because it was basically designed and brought to market because of a meme, and that is Luke Skywalker's UCS land speeder. Now I'm on the Lego Insiders Rewards page, and there isn't anything too new or too exciting going on here, except I did see a post, and it's purely a rumor, that this $5 off code for 650 points could be 50% off. You can only use 1 of those per transaction if there is a deal like that going on. Again, I saw a post, totally a rumor. Just want to make you aware of the types of things to look out for that could happen by the time Black Friday officially starts. And remember, as always, anything that I'm showing you that is not on Lego's official page is absolutely subject to change. And so the point of showing out what we're hearing so far on Reddit and Discord is just to help you gauge the types of things that could come so you're prepared, but obviously ready to have some flexibility and pivot to different sets that you want to pick up based on what actually happens on Black Friday. Now I'm on the offers page, and that is everything that's on the main page, but we will go to sales, and there are only 26 products. These 26 have been on this sale page for a long time, so nothing new yet, but according to Reddit, here's a list of Black Friday deals for North America. This is compiled by Brick Clicker and BrickTap. Here's another quick image off of Reddit that came out a couple of days ago showing Brick Clicker and BrickTap. So here's the big discount list, and this is really long and great, and a number of really good sets on here, and it's exciting to have this a day before Black Friday actually kicks off. Again, some of it will likely change, but I bet a lot of it is pretty accurate. There are about 230 sets on this list, and of those 230, about 70 of them are 40% off, probably about another 50 or 25 or 30% off. The rest of the chunk is 20% off. So I'm just going to go down this list, show you some sets that I'm interested in, and show you some sets that are getting a lot of buzz. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about them all, so pause at any time so you can read the list. A few Brickheads that are not retiring at the end of this year are 20% off. Some City, some Disney, some Dream sets are 20% off. A few Harry Potter. And the first one I want to look at is 10497 Galaxy Explorer. This is a $100 set, so it'll be $80, and and then you can stack some insider points and gifts with purchase. The two from last weekend will still be going on for Black Friday. The Winter Market Stall for $170, and then Majesto's Magical Workshop for $250. And then online only, if you spend $50, you can get these 2 poly bags. On our cumulative table, 21 mentions and an enthusiasm score of 2.4. If you're new to my channel, go watch the last video, maybe the one before, but I give an explanation of what this table is, how I collect the data. I'm not going to be picking this setup this Black Friday, even though you can stack discounts and promos. It was $50 at Walmart back a while ago, and even $70 from time to time. I've only got one in my collection. Unless I saw it at $50 again, I'm going to be passing on it. Sonic the Hedgehog Green Hill Zone is 20% off. The Target exclusive T-Rex Breakout is 20% off. The 2-in-1 Christmas wreath is 20% off. Kind of a weird looking set, but maybe has some pretty good stuff. The directions actually show you like 4 different builds. So if you want to decorate your house with a few different Lego wreath styles for the holidays, you could certainly do that. The City of Lanterns is 20% off, but not retiring yet. The next set I want to deep dive for a minute is 40658 Millennium Falcon Holiday Diorama. 20% off, so $24 instead of $30. This is a cool set that I'm kind of excited about because it just came out not too long ago, so it's just going to have 3 or 4 month shelf life. And to me, it really doesn't seem bad at $30 and definitely at $24. Comes with 3 minifigures. I know none of them are that special. Also a BB-8 and a Porg, and just a nice little scene from the sequel movies. But I really like the Christmas sweaters in the Star Wars theme. I think that is always fun to get and collect. This is a set that I'm interested in picking up this Black Friday. Here on the table, the holiday diorama has 10 mentions with an E-score of 2.4. Not bad considering it just came out. The Child is $72, still way too expensive. The Dark Trooper helmet, $56. We've seen that pretty commonly in Target, and then recently in store at Target it's been $48, so I'm not picking this one up at $56. It is an ugly helmet, 1.5-year shelf life. The rumor is that Lego is done making helmets for the Star Wars sub-theme, so there will be 11 total. Now that we know that they are done, and 11 is a good number for a collection, people will want all 11. It won't get lost. You know, if there was 20, 25, I could see the ugly ones getting lost in the shuffle, but with only 11, people will want it, so I actually am starting to pick some up at the $48 price point at Target, but not at Lego at the 20% off. With all that said, the Dark Trooper helmet is the 3rd place set on our cumulative table with 51 mentions and an enthusiasm score of 2.4. That's everything to point out that's 20% off. The Loop Coaster and the Lion Knight's Castle are both 25% off. Loop Coaster I'm passing on for investing. The Lion Knight's Castle is not retiring yet. This says 2025, so that's still a couple years off. So I will wait if I do in fact pick any of those up for investment purposes. Now on to the 30% off sets. Daisy Duck is a good one to take a quick look at. Just your standard $10 brickheads. It has been out since 2021, but Disney brickheads do well if you were to look all those up on Brickset. Mickey and Minnie are doing really well, and Minnie's actually doing better than Mickey. We have Daisy and Donald both retiring at the end of this year. Maybe Daisy's flying under the radar a little bit. A number of folks have mentioned that, you know, having 5, 10, maybe 20 of these wouldn't be a bad idea to diversify your investment portfolio. 12 mentions, but only a 1.9 enthusiasm score. The Tusken Raider is $7, but not retiring yet. A bunch of city sets, some friends sets. All 4 house banners are going to be 30% off at $25. That is still way overpriced, even though I like them for investment purposes. Still very expensive. Got to get them in the $20, maybe even $15 range. We've been able to do that recently at Target. The Bird of Paradise is $70, Target exclusive, and it was just 40% off at Target and went out of stock very quickly. A few Marvel sets, a bunch of Monkey Kids sets, and then some Star Wars sets, starting with the Republic Gunship 75309. Instead of $400, it is $280. That is a fantastic price. And if we look at the set for a UCS set, it doesn't have the longest shelf life, just over 2 years. On our cumulative table, 28 mentions, only an E-score of 2. The E-score is low because some people have been turned off by the price and just the overall look. It is kind of ugly and the proportions are way off. The minifigure fits pretty well in the cockpit area, but then if you put them in the bay, they are tiny. But still at $280, that is a great price. To burst your bubble, there's one problem. If we go to lego.com, it's sold out. It's been sold out since Lego dropped the price on this about a month, maybe 6 weeks ago, and I don't see it coming back in stock. Boba Fett's throne room is $70, still way too expensive. The Dagobah Jedi training diorama set 75330, $63, not bad when you stack stack the 5% insider points, and maybe they'll do double points for Black Friday. I haven't heard anything about that. And then also when you stack the gifts with purchase, but we have been able to get in the past for around $55, and then it was $43 at Target last week. Now that did sell out very quickly, so not a lot of people got a shot at that. I already have 6 or 7 of these. I'm not going to get any more this Black Friday, but if I didn't have any, I would certainly be jumping in at the $63 price point with the promos on top. On our cumulative table, it has 24 mentions with an E-score of 2.5, so it's a set that's had a lot of buzz throughout 2023. And looking on Bricks set, it'll have a 1.5-year shelf life. All 3 of the original Star Wars diorama sets came out at the same time and are retiring at the end of this year, and I love all 3 of them. You guys know that about me. Now on to 75336, the Inquisitor Transport Scythe, 30% off to $70. That's a really good price. Just over a year shelf life, but unfortunately this is another one that is sold out at lego.com, and I don't see this one coming back either. Kind of weird that this and the gunship are both on this list. They've probably been planned to be discounted for Black Friday weekend for a little while now, and then since those plans were put in place, they went sold out. And looking on our cumulative table, 44 mentions with an E-score of 2.8 out of 3 is fantastic. Almost top marks. The ship looks great, and then all 4 minifigures are really, really well done. I love them. I've talked about them a lot. And this set was not on sale for a long time, and then it went to $80, $70 for a short period of time. Ambush on Ferrex is another interesting set to talk about. Instead of $70, it will be $49. This is another Target exclusive and another short shelf life of just over a year. A 2.1 enthusiasm score with 25 mentions. That's because the price, even though it's 679 pieces, $70 is way expensive. A lot of small pieces, but at $49, not too bad. I was hoping to get it around $40. When you stack the promos, we're kind of close. I've got a few, but maybe I'll pick a few more up this Black Friday. I'm not really sure yet on this one, so this is one that I'm going to be prepared to throw into the mix if other sets that I want end up not being available. 2 great things about this set though. It really looks like the source material from a very good Disney Plus series Andor, and these 3 minifigures that are obviously modeled after the 3 main characters who are also great in the show are really good minifigures. I think this one is still a little bit of a sleeper. I've been talking about it a lot, and at the $49 price point, I'm starting to think about it a little bit, like I said. The UCS Razor Crest from $600 can now be snagged at $420. That's an awesome price, but it's not retiring anytime soon, so I'm not going after that. And now everything else we're looking at is 40% off. The Avatar sets, some brickheads, and let's look at Professors of Hogwarts, 40560. Instead of $40, it will be $24. And this is a good one to me, even though the Harry Potter theme is fizzling out right now. I forget who owns the Harry Potter rights now, but I know that I've heard some rumblings that new Harry Potter content is coming. So if they make some TV series, another movie, then I think they will pick up. But the theme is not great for investing right now, but I think this one is still going to be decent, especially at the 40% off price. 1.5-year shelf life, 28 mentions, and an E-score of 2.5. And then on a personal note, I do like this one a lot. All 4 of these characters look good. Brickheads are blocky, obviously, and sometimes it's hard to know what you're looking at, what character it is. Even without knowing that this is Harry Potter or seeing, the label on the box, I look at these and know exactly who these characters are. And then 2 more $40 brickhead sets that are 40% off. The Disney 100 Celebration and then the Battle of Endor Heroes Star Wars set, both also $24. Let's look at Disney Hunter Celebration first. 34 mentions with an E-score of 2.4. Another set that I am a big fan of, and this one to me is absolutely flying under the radar. I bet Lego's a little bit surprised how much they've had to discount this set. It's been 30% off for a long time now, and now they're going to 40% off, even though it's not the brightest colors and the modern day Disney characters that a lot more people are familiar with. Classic in history, can do well. Probably a longer hold time than some of the other brickhead sets that are more contemporary, but Oswald, the original Disney character, the black and white Mickey, and Snow White and Tinkerbell, excellent set. And then 40623 Battle of Endor Heroes. This is one of my absolute favorites. It is 4th on our table, 49 mentions with an E-score of 2.6 and a 9-month shelf life. And you get 5 characters. I get that Wicket and R2-D2 are a little smaller, but still you get 5 brickheads in a $40 set, and now it is going for $25. Wicket and Lando are the 2 standouts. First time they've been made in brickheads form. R2-D2 I love. A lot of people don't like how squared off his head is, but that's the brickhead style. So I like that they made that decision with the little rounded dish piece on top and the little rounded tiles, pizza wedges, so that you can still have the curvature up there, but you want a brickhead's R2 to be squared off through most of the head and body. And of course, with the color scheme, you know exactly what character that is. Princess Leia in her green Endor robes, and then Luke, who looks pretty good, but gets swallowed up by all the great from the other 4 characters in this set, and therefore he's just not very noticeable. And another brickheads to look at on this table, 40624 Alex, and this is an interesting one. So 40% off, $6 for this brickhead set. Just like the Star Wars brickheads, this one has a 9-month shelf life, and because of that, on our table, 9 mentions, but a very solid 2.7 enthusiasm score. But I caution you on this one, I have 5 of this set, and unless I can get some other sets to go with this one, then I am not getting this set, because you've got Alex, you've got Llama that's also retiring at the same time, and then you have Zombie on the same retirement schedule. So I'm picking up all 3. I plan on bundling all 3 when I resell them. But the reason I say don't fall into the trap of picking Alex at a really good discount is because Llama is already out of stock, as would be expected. Llama would be the most popular, and then Zombie would be the second most popular, even though Zombie doesn't look that great. And then of course Alex would be the least popular. If Llama wasn't part of this group of 3 sets, then I don't think they would be getting picked up that much. But I do want to show you that if we look on Brickset at the one other Minecraft Brickhead set, which has Steve and a really cool looking creeper, it retired in 2018, a $20 set. It is going for over $100. A bunch of city sets are 40% off. I always like the space sets. Tulips and daffodils at 40% off. That's going to get some investors interested, even though they are small sets and you have to sell high volume to make it worth your time. But $6 for tulips is fantastic. Some more Friends sets, a couple of icon sets that are not very popular. Marvel, nothing too exciting here, but I will quickly show the new Guardian ship 76255. This is another interesting one to look at because of the 9-month shelf life. And it is a really unique looking ship with a really striking color scheme. A lot of people are down on this set. The buzz has started to fizzle from earlier in the year. Only 8 mentions with an E-score of 2.4. But with the short shelf life and 4 of the 5 minifigures exclusive and this really cool looking Adam Warlock minifigure, maybe there's a chance. I was hoping to be at half price, so $60 is still higher than what I want to get in, but if it's 50, and obviously lower would be great, but if it's 50, I would like to grab a few. Not a lot, but just a few. Some Ninjago sets, and then these last 2 Star Wars that I want to show you. 75323, the Justifier will be $102, and then 75329, the Death Star Trench Run diorama will be $42. $100 for the Justifier isn't bad. I got 2 on a Prime weekend about 4 months ago, I think for $103. Every now and then people have been able to find them in their Walmarts for $80, but I think the realistic bottom price that most people have been able to have access to is going to be in the high 90s or low 100s. So this is right in that mix. I'm not going to be picking any more up. I like the few that I have. It does have 24 mentions on the table, but only a 1.8. This number is low because $170 is just crazy, just way too high. I'm happy with Lego to price their sets however they want. If they price them high, I just won't buy them, or I'll wait till there's a discount. Now for me personally though, I don't like how gappy this set is. It just doesn't look like the real ship, and how I see it, a lot of gaps in the wings, and then some weird greeveling and texture up in the nose and canopy area. But there's that Cad Bane minifigure, and that's what we're all really excited about in this set. Unfortunately, Omega is no longer exclusive to the set now in the Star Wars Advent calendar, but the Clone Commando looks great. Fennec Shan looks great. And then let's go back to Cad Bane, who looks awesome. I'm glad I've got the few I have. And then the Death Star Trench Run, it's the next one up on the table. 24 mentions, an E-score of 2. Again, it was the price that pushed everybody's enthusiasm down. But same thing with the other dioramas, 1.5-year shelf life. And we've been able to get this set for half price at Target. And I forget if they are sold out at this point. So $42 at Lego. I'm not that excited about it. I've got, I think, 4, and that's about all I want. I'd much rather have more of the Dagobah Jedi training diorama, and then of course the Trash Compactor Walmart exclusive diorama. All right, that's everything I wanted to highlight on this table. It's great that Brick Clicker and Brick Tap compiles this and pushes it out on Reddit for all of us. And again, keep in mind that this is absolutely subject to change. And also keep in mind, I didn't go through a lot of details or comparables on these sets. I was more focused on showing you the discounts and of course the mentions and enthusiasm score and some retirement dates. I've talked comparables and details, some hold times, guessing at what these sets could go for after a couple of years. I didn't want to repeat all that in this video, so go check out my previous videos to get all those details. Like I said, most of the great stuff that we've seen so far coming for Black Friday weekend is going to be at Lego Shop at Home and at your local Lego store. But don't forget, other retailers will likely have some things going on. So here we are at Amazon. Nothing special. They did a bunch last week, but I have seen that the flash deals are happening. Not on Legos yet, but keep an eye on that. And then at Kohl's, they are currently doing $10 Kohl's Cash on $50. But on November 23rd and 24th, you can get $15 Kohl's Cash when you spend $50. And they've had some minor Lego discounts. The problem with Kohl's is if you care about Lego set box condition, then don't have them ship or have you pick up in store, because I think they send the boxes through the meat grinder before they put them in the shipping box to you. And then remember our other major retailers we always like to keep an eye on: Target, Walmart, maybe even Best Buy could have some great Black Friday details. I looked and there's nothing that they're advertising so far, but something may pop up. All right, now I'll tell you the three sets that I really plan on focusing on this weekend. The first one is 40658, the Millennium Falcon Holiday Diorama. Again, it's going to be $24, or at least that's what we're thinking. I know sequel isn't the most popular. I like the little scene. I like that it's packed with the 3 minifigures and then the droid and the little animal and the Christmas theming with some foliage. I think there's a lot of good stuff for $24. And with the very short shelf life and a lot of people being down on this set, I think it's a little bit of a sleeper. I've already got my limit of 5 from lego.com, so I'm gonna have to go into my local store first thing Friday morning and try to get about 5 more is what I'd like to have, 10 total. Another set I'm gonna look into is 75338 Ambush on Ferrex. I know I was saying that it wasn't quite there yet for me on price. I keep going back and forth. Maybe I will pick up a few. Hopefully the second season of Andor is as great as the first season, especially if this ship is shown in the second season. And while we're here at lego.com, I do want to point out that Rakuten is up to 12% at lego.com. Only 3% for exclusives and hard to find items, but 12% for everything else. I use Rakuten on a lot of my purchases. It seems to work well. The cashback is happening, so no issue with that. I've got my referral link to Rakuten in the description of this video, but as I've said in the past, pick your favorite Lego YouTuber, and if you sign up, then you'll get $40 cash back after your first purchase, and they'll get $40 cash back, and that's nice for everybody, obviously. Normally, Rakuten is 2.5% on all other items, and then 1.5% on exclusives and hard to find. And so with the Holiday Diorama set that is an exclusive, you're getting 20% off from Lego, and then you can get another 3% at least to help offset some of the taxes. So hey, every little bit helps, especially if you're putting in large orders. Got to hit that $250 threshold to get Majesto's Magical Workshop gift with purchase. And then you guys already knew this, but the set that I am definitely going for this Black Friday is 40623 Battle of Endor Heroes, $24 for a Star Wars 5-pack brickhead set that has a 9-month shelf life. Same thing, I've already got my limit of 5 off of lego.com, so I'm gonna go to my local store, hopefully buy 5, head out, put the mustache on, go back in, buy 5 more. No, I'm kidding. I'll see what I can do, but I'd like to have 15 or 20 of these. I mean, heck, even more, but I think that'll be a little hard to come by. One thought I do want to point out about this list is I don't know if these are going to be just discounts like on the lego.com sale page, or if these are going to be codes where it's 1 per customer. I have not seen anything one way or the other. Maybe I missed it, so if you know, put it in the comments for me. But my guess is that it is not promo codes, and instead it's just a regular sale. And the only reason I'm guessing that is I just feel like that would be way too much for Lego and the Lego website to manage with these 230 sets, I think I said it was. And so if all of these sets are in fact going to be getting sales and discounts, it seems like they are just going to be on the sale page, but we'll find out in a day. That's a wrap on this video. Thanks a lot for watching, and I wish you all the best of luck when you are doing your Black Friday Lego shopping. Enjoy very much. See you next time. Oh, and don't forget, my videos are for entertainment purposes only. I do not provide financial advice. You got to get that from somebody else.